of Fox Sports.
We are Black We are LA.
It's another gorgeous night for baseball here. The Halos, unfortunately, last night dropped their first against the Dodgers, and tonight it is Game 2 against the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers from the National League West. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubza. Flashback to last Sunday at Dodger Stadium. We had a terrific pitching matchup. Jared Weaver eventually got the no decision. Clayton Kershaw, because the Dodgers scored twice in the ninth inning, picked up the victory. But it was a great matchup, and tonight we got it once again.
Victor, this is what baseball is all about. Two premier young pitchers, one right-handed, one left-handed, going to battle against some tough hitters on each opponent's lineup. But Jared Weaver has 5 quality out pitches. He can use his 2-seam fastball. He can use his 4-seam fastball. Curve, slider, changeup. Elevates so well in the strike zone. It's incredibly aggressive throwing strikes. Kershaw's another guy too, though. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Over the top, 12-6 curveball, slider, changeup. He's another guy that will battle you. 3 CGs on the season, 2 shutouts. Both these pitchers will pitch deep in the ball game. Both of them will be very difficult to hit. So you're going to try to bunch as many hits as possible and get the innings early as far as scoring some runs. You get a chance to win this game.
Incredibly similar pitchers, incredibly similar numbers, especially when it comes to interleague. Both Clayton Kershaw and Jared Weaver have dominated against the other league. No Torrey Hunter in the lineup, but X-rays and CT scans, both negative. He is available as a defensive replacement tonight. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. So sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Hey, people are talking about Hyundai, uncensored. See what they're saying at mysocalhyundai.com. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Well, the lineup card's a little bit tardy in coming out and meeting the umpire. C.B. Buckner is calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mike Soch and Trey Hillman exchanging the lineup cards after the ceremonial first pitch by Garrett Anderson. GA is going to join us in the top of the second. It'll be great to catch up with him, an old friend.
Can't wait.
Yeah, great guy. And he actually wore the Letterman's jacket out there. Unbelievable.
And it's quite cool and comfortable out, too, to wear a jacket.
It's a little nippy here at this ballpark. The Angels getting ready to take the field. And, of course, Vernon Wells and Eric Ibar doing the patented dance, as they always do here. Let's take a look at the lineup that the Dodgers will be running out here this evening. The Dodgers with the victory last night, now tied for fourth in the National League West. They're 10 back of the San Francisco Giants. And it's pretty much the same lineup that we saw last night, exception at the catcher's position. Gwynn leading things off in left. Casey Blake is at third base. Andre Ethier in right. Matt Kemp is in center. James Loney at first. Aaron Miles back at second base. Trent Olson is the DH. Deanna Navarro getting the start behind the dish. A.J. Ellis was there last night. And D. Gordon will bat ninth and play shortstop. Taking on Jared Weaver. A 9-4 record, a 1.97 ERA. That leads the American League.
Well, he's been throwing the ball so well. Last time out against the Dodgers, 7 very good innings, only 1 earned run allowed, 110 pitches. 70 of those pitches were in the strike zone. He does a good job as far as never allowing the hitter to be comfortable looking at any specific point, whether it's up and down in the strike zone or in and out in the strike zone. So he does a great job changing speeds, and I'll tell you what, he's been great as far as never giving that same look twice on the same pitch.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Jared tonight. Howie Kendrick in left, Peter Borges in center, Vernon Wells in right. It's Callasco and Ibar on the left side. Isturis Trumbo on the right. Jeff Mathis behind the dish.
Boy, Jeff Mathis has done a great job as far as calling the games for Jared Weaver. His ERA with Jared on the hill and Mathis catching 1.92, so he's done a fabulous job as far as working that fastball in and out. That's the big thing for Jared, establishing that fastball, and Mathis has that kind of ability to command respect behind the plate. Very good as far as throwing out base stealers with Jared on the hill. Jared's left 5 stolen bases, and Mathis has thrown out 3 would-be base stealers with Weave on the hill.
Well, the Angels last night shut out for the 10th time this season. A 5-0 Dodgers victory. This series now tied up at 2 games apiece this season. The Angels were facing Kuroda last night. He threw the ball well. He picked up his 6th one, snapped a 6-game losing streak dating back to May 17th. And unfortunately, Tyler Chadwick, second time around against the Dodgers, did not fare well at all. He took his 5th loss. He gave up just 4 earned runs in his 5+ innings, but allowed 12 hits. The question, of course, in everybody's mind was the rookie Kuroda getting back at Mark Trumbo, perhaps for a home run last weekend or because a couple of guys were hit last night. Didn't appear to be any warnings issued before this game, which is good. Dale Scott issued warnings yesterday after Trumbo got hit. As Tony Gwynn Jr. takes a breaking ball down and in. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Good idea to keep him off the bases. 6 times on the bases last night. 3 hits, 3 walks. Big reason why the Dodgers were able to win that game last night.
A double and 2 singles for Gwynn. He led off the game with a double and eventually scored on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Andre Ethier. Solo runs for the Dodgers last night in the first 4 innings, and then 1 in the 7th for good measure. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's inside, and it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Jared in that start against the Dodgers, 7 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, had 4 strikeouts and a walk. That's off the plate, 3 balls and 1 strike. Had no decision, snapped a string of back-to-back victories for Jared against the Seattle Mariners and the Florida Marlins. As Gwynn fouls it back, and it's a full count now. Mentioned Jared atop the American League leaderboard in earned run average. At 1.97. Jair Jurgens of the Atlanta Braves leads Major League Baseball with a 1.89 ERA. There's a 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Down goes Gwynn. There's out number 1.
Well, we're right at him with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 3-2 count, challenge him. Good movement at the end. Luis had that good fastball. When he went in that little bit of a rut in May, He even said to himself, he went away from his fastball and then, of course, lost fastball command. Once he got that fastball back, all his other pitches worked so well.
Casey Blake takes the strike. It looked as if Gwynn on that swing was anticipating perhaps that two-seam fastball or no-seam fastball inside and eventually pulled the trigger a little bit late on that fastball away. Blake takes the breaking ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Like all teams getting scouting reports against pitchers, you know, Weave's not afraid to throw a 3-2 changeup either. So when you're a hitter, you're guessing along with him. I think he still have to guess fastball every time and react off of that pitch, but he certainly didn't look like he was looking fastball.
Well, a swing and a miss on that slow curveball, and ball and 2 strikes. You mentioned C.B. Buckner is behind the plate. Dan Iasonia at first base. Jerry Meals at second. Dale Scott, the crew chief, who was behind the plate last night, is over at third. Blake just getting a piece of that 94 mile per hour fastball. So the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Andre Ethier is on deck, the right fielder. A breaking pitch down low. Blake didn't even bite in it. It's 2-2.
Blake does a little better job as far as holding back on the curveball in the dirt as compared to a slider. I think a slider is a more effective pitch against him from a right-handed pitcher.
Breaking pitch outside, full count.
And that was it, just missed a corner. Back-to-back 3-2 counts. Ryder's showing a lot of patience these first 2 games.
Chopper to the right side as Sturris has it. Brings up Ethier with nobody on base and 2 outs. Remember that Sunday game? It would have been, had the score held up, Jared Weaver's 10th victory. He would be battling today for his 11th, but obviously did not work out that way. Justin Verlander and CC Sabathia lead the American League with 11 victories. Lester has 10. And Weaves in a group of 3 other pitchers who have 9. Ethier looks at a fastball for a strike. Jared 5th in the American League in innings pitched this year, 123 1/3. Verlander leading the world right now, 35 2/3. As Jared pulls a string there on Ethier, and that's, if you're going to get him, probably the pitch you want him to chase is that off-speed pitch. Pretty good fastball hitter.
Yeah, that's the thing. Jared's been very effective with against Ethier, throwing slow pitches, whether it's a curveball or changeup.
Fastball, boy, just missed, and if it did, it wasn't by much.
Well, that was that no-seam fastball running on the inside corner. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a perfect spot.
Bouncing the breaking pitch. It's 2-2. That's a tough pitch not to get, especially with 2 outs and nobody on. A very good fastball hitter in that you've basically locked him up. You got him looking away with soft stuff. Could not pull the trigger. Fastball on the outside corner gets in. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jared Weaver. Clinton Kershaw to face the Sturris, Ibar, and Abreu in the bottom of the first with no score. 1-2-3, top of the first for Jared Weaver. Let's take a look at Mike Sosa's lineup this evening. The Halos a game over 500 with the loss last night. Two back of the Texas Rangers have Meiser Sturris leading things off at second base. Eric Ibar is at shortstop. Bobby Abreu, the DH. Vernon Wells, the cleanup hitter in right field. Howie Kendrick gets the start in left field. Mark Trumbull moves up a spot. He's at first. Alberto Callaspo getting the start at third. Peter Borges in center. Jeff Mathis batting ninth and doing the catching. Taking on the 23-year-old from Dallas, Texas. I'll tell you what, probably one of the better left-handed pitchers now in the National League, if not all of Major League Baseball, Clayton Kershaw.
Boy, great fastball, 90 to 94 range, can touch 96 at times. Above average curve, very good slider, and a good developing changeup.
He delivers strike one on his Sturris, who yesterday went 1 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 5 games. .295 average for Sturris. It's quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. That's one thing we will see from Clayton Kershaw. He has been throwing a lot more strikes, getting ahead, staying ahead, and just putting guys away.
Yeah, 128 strikeouts, only 32 walks on the season for Kershaw.
Trying to chase that high fastball. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Meiser. He's got 20 runs batted in, 19 doubles. Facing the 23-year-old who's making his 18th start of the season tonight. Sturris pulls one to third, backhanded by Blake. There's out number 1. Let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively behind Kershaw. It's Gwynn in left, Kemp in center, easier in right. Blake, Gordon, Miles, and Loney from third to first with Deanna Navarro behind the plate.
James Loney over there at that first base position, one of the better fielding first basemen. Also one of the very best as far as turning that 3-6-3 double play. Very good as far as keeping the throw perfect to the shortstop. A lot of range and scoops a lot of those low throws by the infielders. That wasn't easy, that throw across from Casey Blake. He threw that ball right into the sun going over towards him.
Here's Ibar. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Eric last night 0 for 4. His average of .279, 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He has struggled against left-handed pitching this season, just a .213 average. As he chases that one down and away, it's 0-2. A .213 average from the left side, or against lefties, I should say. .310 against right-handed pitching. Second straight batter, which Kershaw has gotten ahead at 0-2, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
When you look for patterns that a pitcher's going to fall into, 0-2, then the high elevated fastball away. Consecutive batters. So there's a guy in the dugout or in the on-deck circle, you look for those type of things.
Punch over to the right side. It's going to be a foot race, and Kershaw forgot to break that way. Perhaps thinking that ball was so far off the bag that was going to be a play for the second baseman, Aaron Miles. But as soon as Loney made the commitment over there, it was going to be a foot race for Ibar, and he was going to lay that one out for a base hit.
Most times, left-handed pitchers are always going to fall over to the third base side of the mound, but your job as a pitcher is anything hit to that side of the infield, regardless of who do you think is going to field it, you have to be over there first base. Like we mentioned, Loney very good as far as fielding his position and very good as far as the throw over to the pitcher covering the base. No one to throw to. Could be a break for the Angels early on against a very tough pitcher.
Bobby steps in. He's got a 4-game hitting streak, going 1 for 4 yesterday. A .289 average overall for Abreu. 3 home runs, 32 runs batted in.
Kershaw has only allowed 2 stolen bases against him this season. He also has 2 pickoffs.
Bobby.
Not easy to run against.
Yeah. Bobby had the day off against Kershaw last Sunday. Pinch hit the 9th inning as he takes a strike. And ended up striking out against Clayton. Back-to-back complete games for Kershaw. The first one coming against the Tigers on the 20th. The other last Sunday against the Angels for 114 pitches in his last start.
With his 1 walk and 22 punch-outs in those last 2 games.
Well, I mentioned he's got good numbers in his interleague career, this being his 12th start, but in his previous 11 starts, a 4-2 mark and a 2.37 ERA. That's stuff that plays in both leagues.
Gray fouls it off the left, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Kershaw making his 5th start now in his career against the Angels. 2-1 mark and a 260 earned run average.
And if you're left-handed, you can throw that firm, and then you mix it in with some great secondary pitches. You're going to be good no matter you pitch in the National League or the American League. But the fact is, his pace is much better. He's throwing a lot more strikes and more aggressive as far as his fastball in the strike zone. With all 3 batters so far, he's faced 0-2 counts.
Dan Iasonia, the first base umpire. Better hope that Loney catches anything that's thrown that way.
Either way, he's running out of the way, so the ball's thrown over there.
Bobby takes the curveball low, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Angels 3-1 on this long homestand. One more against the Dodgers tomorrow night. The Tigers roll into town, then the Mariners. Bobby strikes out swinging for out number 2. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
A little Van Halen for you today, Victor. A little jump off to an early lead against this quality pitcher in Clayton Kershaw. Put the pressure on him. Take away the bunt, the stolen base, the hit and run situational type hitting away from Don Mattingly. They were very effective as far as that last night when they got the lead and able to add on. Score early against Kershaw. You're taking that ability for Mattingly to take that game away from him.
So 2 outs, Ibar still at first, and here's Vernon Wells. Had an 0-for-4 night. Quick throw over there. Dug out of the dirt by Loney.
Like most power pitchers, that first inning is always the most difficult for them to get that feel from the bullpen mound out to the game mound.
Ibar, the team leader in stolen bases with 16. He's been caught twice. The Halos 5th in the American League in that category, the stolen base, 68. Gianna Navarro behind the plate has turned out 6 of 22 would-be base stealers. Well, swinging through the fastball. It's no balls and a strike. As a matter of fact, the Dodgers are probably going to get one guy back tomorrow. Rafael Furcal is perhaps due to come off the disabled list tomorrow. Rod Barajas, their everyday catcher, could be back as early as Monday. Furcal coming back means perhaps that D. Gordon goes back down to the minor leagues. Vernon Wells had a 1-for-4 game last Wednesday against Kershaw. 3 strikeouts, and then, of course, in the 9th inning at bat with 2 outs. Homer.
You remember those first 3 at bats, all the same pitch, the slider down and in to try to do it the 4th at bat, but it got too much to the plate, and Vernon crushed that ball out to left field.
They put the Angels up 2-1 at that point as Wells fouls it back. We go back to last Sunday. 9th inning, down the left field line.
And he was looking inner half and was hoping to get something elevated enough to get the bat head through that baseball, and he certainly got it.
That was his 9th home run of this season. He's got 10 now. 6 home runs and 13 runs batted in over the last 18 games. He's in the hole here at no balls, 2 strikes with Ibar at first. Dodgers went down in order with a couple of strikeouts against Jared Weaver.
We're all 4 hitters now, 0-2. Kershaw ahead. Tells you more than likely then the Angel hitters are going to try to jump on that first pitch fastball. He's been establishing that for a strike first pitch.
Going fastball away, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
That pitch didn't miss by a whole lot.
No. Outfield straight around against Wells. Ibar's got a pretty good lead at first. Vernon fouls it off to the right, so the count remains a ball with 2 strikes.
Pretty hot so far in this at bat. He stayed away on almost every pitch. Struck him out 3 times on sliders down and in, but then he made that one mistake, and he's staying away now. Forced him to hit the big part of the yard the other way.
Did you ever have a guy kind of affect you in that manner, even from one game to the next?
Oh, there's no question. If I feel a guy finally tracked a slider, especially a left-handed batter, down and in on me, I went away to try to sink and throw change-ups away after that.
Well, he got him looking on the off-speed pitch. 2 strikeouts for Kershaw as well. One of the books. We have no score. Garrett Anderson, perennial all-star. The all-time Angels going to get a chance to do that today. Looking good, too, throwing strikes. Kind enough to join us here in the booth. It's been a long time, my friend. I know we've seen each other periodically throughout the years, but it's got to be great for you. I mean, you got one heck of an applause here when you were announced.
Yeah, it kind of took me back a little bit.
I mean, you kind of messed up our open. We were
trying
on
to
TV. We couldn't concentrate.
We were cruising all through it. It was like unbelievable ovation for us, man.
We thought it's because Gooby stopped talking and they were really happy.
We're
going to restart the game, but it had everything to do with you.
Yeah, how about that?
How have you been?
I've been well.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I can't complain. Obviously, you could just turn on the tube and you know where I'm at every single night. The family looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I imagine that's your concentration right now.
That's what it is. I mean, they all 3 do something, and between gymnastics and volleyball and baseball, I'm a busy man. I mean, I think I've gotten 2 new sets of tires on my car in the last year. I mean, I'm at the wheel shop buying new tires. I mean, I'm up and down the freeways everywhere. So now they keep me busy. I have a good time with it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that because obviously you're in and out of the car, dropping off, picking up from school now. All those things you miss as you were a player, and all of a sudden you get those duties right now.
Yeah,
huh?
Mom just did like this. Here, take it. Take it. You need to do this. I don't care what you did. This is what you're doing now.
She's got the suitcase out now, packing every week.
Oh, yeah.
She's gone.
I'm doing something. You got the kids. So it's all good, though. I have a good time doing it.
Hey, how much did you like interleague play, and more specifically when you got a chance to face the Dodgers, or vice versa when you got a chance to face the Angels?
The thing I liked about interleague more than anything was playing in different parks. The games who you play, that's irrelevant to me. But as far as going to a different city you've never been to and playing in another park, nowadays more so, there's so many new stadiums. Not as quite as fun, but when they're all the old stadiums we're in still, the old Yankee Stadium or old Detroit, I'm sure a lot of National League guys probably thought it was cool to play there.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about it, is traveling to the different cities.
Now, Garrett, playing the majority of your career in the American League and then, of course, playing the end of your career in the National League, what do you feel was the difference? I mean, was there that much of a difference between the 2 leagues? Because obviously the American League's had an advantage as far as interleague play and, of course, All-Star games and World Series, but is there that much of a difference, you feel, in the way the game is played?
No, the game is still the same. Only thing is different is that the manager has to manage. I mean, you get in the 7th, 8th inning, and when I went to that league, I really enjoyed when you get to that 6th inning. Now you start looking 2 innings ahead, I started doing it myself as a player. I'm playing defense. I'm like, okay, the pitchers come up here. Who's going to get double switched? I started doing it myself. And essentially, I was kind of managing, and I'd wait and see what the manager would do. So it was a lot of fun other than just sitting back and saying, okay, 7th inning, American League, bring him in.
Right.
You know, you can't do that in National League. You can't burn pitchers just to burn them.
Have you thought at all that perhaps in the future, maybe a couple of years down the road, of kind of getting into coaching and doing that, or uniforms off?
You know what? I did an interview a couple of years ago, and I said I'd never do it. I'll reside to the fact I'll never say never.
All right.
But, I mean, as far as when my kids get, you know, when they're in college or whatever, yeah, I may look to something that maybe at that time, who knows. But before then, I don't anticipate doing anything like that now.
Yeah, Garrett, I remember when we were teammates in '97 with the Angels. You used to sit there and listen to Rod Carew throughout the entire game. I mean, his approach to hitting. Wouldn't you like to be able to give that type of knowledge to somebody else, some younger player down the road, whether even if it's in Little League or high school baseball, wherever it's going to be? That's something that I've always noticed from you. You've always had that ability to be able to communicate. Wouldn't you like to be able to do that at some point?
Yeah, I would. I've already committed myself to doing a little bit of coaching this fall. My son's going to be on it's a team. They play on Saturdays and they have a practice on Friday, but it's more reside to the fact of it's more of an instruction team where they learn the fundamentals of the game.
Right.
So that's going to be more fun, more instructional. So I told the two guys that are coaching that team. One of them is actually Ryan McGuire, who played in big leagues.
Nice.
And another one has been his coach the last 2 years. So I told him I'd help him out with the outfielders and a little bit with the hitting. So I've committed a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit.
Baby steps, man.
Yeah, baby steps.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I got to start with some guys that, you know, the 10-year-olds, they'll look at me like, yeah, whatever. I need to start there.
Now, aside from that, on your free time, obviously you like to swing the sticks a little bit. I want you to talk a little smack about Michael Eaves, because I understand you and Michael on occasion play some golf. He talks a huge game. Is that as legit as he makes it out to be?
Yeah, he's a good golfer. Big hitter.
Big hitter.
Big hitter.
But can he make the putts, though?
Yes. He's a good player. He's a good golfer.
Come on, you got to say something bad
no,
about him.
you know, as a player, you have to tell the truth.
He's a poor dresser, though, isn't he, on the golf course?
Yeah. No, not really. No, he's a good player. He does well, and, you know, we have a good time. We get out there and smack the ball around, talk trash a little bit.
Nice. Garrett, always a pleasure, man. Great to see you, as always.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it, man.
Join us. Continue success, my man.
Thank you.
Jared Weaver with a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the second with no score. Got to thank GA once again.
It's pretty cool. We both were teammates with Garrett.
It's probably the only time that'll
Yeah.
ever happen. I mean, you from a completely different generation from when I played in the minor leagues. I remember him as a 17-year-old kid, right when he signed in 1990. We used to call him Cadillac. He was a center fielder at that point. And he was, what you see today is how he was back then. This one rolled up the line as, I think the bat traveled further than the baseball. Casey Blake retires Howie Kendrick, and there's out number one.
Yeah, slip right out of his hand. And obviously, with the heat today, you're going to have some perspiration in the hand area right through the swing. Ground ball, slow ground ball to third, but Blake able to concentrate, looking into the glove as the bat's going flying by him. That was an impressive throw of the bat and contact.
I don't know that I've seen something to that effect where you lose the handle of the bat and keep the ball fair at the same time.
Usually if that happens, the bat is cracked.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Trumbo taking a hack on that first pitch fastball. Takes the breaking ball. But misses inside, I guess. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. But just to finish up on Garrett, he's been the same guy, personality-wise.
Forever.
That's just the way he is. He's laid back.
Well, when we were talking with him about him and Rod Cruz conversations, I used to love listening to those two guys because Rod's point was everyone wanted Garrett to hit home runs. And Rod would say, hey, listen, he's driving 90 to 100 runs every season, driving that ball to the gap. Doesn't matter if you have 10 home runs or 20, as long as you're driving in 90 to 100 runs. That's his job. And he's going to hit 290 to 310 every single season. You're talking about a consistent player with a great swing.
Trumbo foul tips the breaking pitch, and he goes down swinging for out number 2, third strikeout of the game for Clayton Kershaw. Kids on Tuesday, the Angels take on the Tigers at 7:05. All kids 2 to 18 receive a sock rally monkey courtesy of Hilton Suites Anaheim Orange. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com.
He's everywhere.
I mean, it's a Velcro-like body. He sticks to everything.
Look at that view.
Yeah. Roberto Callaspo looks at a fastball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
He is everywhere.
Out of the bullpen, huh? Scouting.
He's going to call in to Mike Socha and say, hey, listen, there's some pretty good arms down in that Dodger bullpen we got to keep an eye on.
Isn't that what the Phillies got in trouble for? Allegedly. Not the sock rally monkey in their bullpen, but
with the binoculars.
Apparently scouting.
Yeah.
When you're not supposed to. 1-1 is inside. 2 balls and a strike. Alberto came in yesterday when Torrey Hunter was taken out of the ballgame. As we pointed out early on, that Torrey had not only x-rays, but a CT scan. Everything was negative, which is a great sign. Alberto pitches this one down the right side, and that is past Loney. It is a base hit with 2 outs. Loney playing off the line, and that ball just kind of kept tailing away from him, and it's a base hit for Callaspo, his second hit, or the second hit of the game for the Halos.
Going inside and jammed him inside out swing, and looking at Callaspo down to first base, you can still have a little sting in that hand. On that pitch down the line, if you're a first baseman, you're playing off, and that ball's going to run away from you because he was jammed so far inside. Fortunately for Callaspo, he gets a base hit out of it.
Keeps the inning alive for Peter Borges. 2 outs and a man on. The fastball is in for a strike. Borges 1 for 3 last night, including his 14th double. 8th for his last 18, encompassing the last 5 games. 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in for Peter. I mean, you want to see how devastating a breaking ball is for a left-hander, for a right-hander to buckle on the breaking pitch. That's how good that curveball is.
Just take a look at Borges' eyes. Looks up, thinks it's going to be high, and that ball dropped in around knee level. More of 11-5 break on that curveball is compared to the one you always hear 12-6.
Borges got a piece of it. Navarro hangs on to it. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kershaw. The pitching battle is on. 2 complete, no score. Jared Weaver, Clayton Kershaw, a terrific pitching matchup locked up here. Kershaw with 4 strikeouts, Weaver with 3. Facing Olchin, Navarro, and Gordon here in the 3rd inning for the Dodgers. Trent Olchin, the designated hitter, looks to bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1. Olchin yesterday went 1 for 4. The Australian hitting .360 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Playing in his 14th game. That fastball inside. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on the left-handed batter. They're the Weavers. I can't imagine getting to that point. I can imagine what it was like for my parents to watch a game, even just in Little League, let alone having a son pitching in the big leagues.
And they're here every single home game. That's some stress.
No doubt. They got a little bit of head start, though, with Jeff.
Pretty amazing to have 2 sons very successfully pitching major leagues.
Olchin swings and misses. It is hung on to by Mathis. And there's out number 1. Hey, fans, follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Log on and catch Michael Martinez's column on Jordan Walden. Here are the results of the Angels poll question. Which do you think would be the best improvement for Major League Baseball? Expanded replay, 42%. Realignment at 31%. Expanded playoffs at 27%. Those are the same folks that voted for Seattle for the best food on that last road trip.
I like the realignment myself.
Yeah, of the 3 provided, I agree. I think there needs to be some sort of expanded replay on a limited basis. I don't want to expand the playoffs.
No, I don't think I mean, a lot of people are talking about shortening up the season, adding another team into the playoffs. Maybe the first round being a 7-game series, fine. But I don't think adding more teams to make the postseason is going to make it any better.
Navarro fouling this one back, so the count remains at 0-2. I mean, I think it takes away from 162-game schedule if they go to a 154-game schedule, whatever the case may be. I think that's the beauty of baseball. It's the marathon.
Yeah.
Win a division, and you've now got the wild card.
But if you had another wild card, it's conceivable the team could be in 3rd place in their division and make the postseason. Then if you get on a run, you go to win a World Series as a 3rd place finisher.
Two balls, 2 strikes. I guess it goes to the old adage, if it's not broke, why fix it?
Exactly. I mean, I still think 7 games that first round, yes, I'm for that. But sometimes the better team doesn't necessarily win that first round. That first game is so important in a 5-game series.
This one pulled to the right side, and Navarro picks up the first hit for the Dodgers. First base run on hanging breaking ball. Pulls it through the right side. And he himself likes it as he applauds himself heading back to the bag. Oh, Navarro came in batting 170 on the season. So he's at first with 1 out.
Curveball that got in the inner half of the plate, gave him an opportunity to be able to get the bat through. Otherwise, if you throw a fastball away, he's going to have a tough time doing anything with that pitch, especially down and away, or a breaking ball away.
D. Gordon, the speedy shortstop, is at the plate. He had a 1-for-5 game yesterday, but had a couple of stolen bases. One that included a steal of home. First Dodger to steal home since Paul LaDuca did it against the Rockies on June 24th of 2004.
And their success rate of stealing bases is definitely a direct effect of having Davey Lopes as their first base coach. Does such a great job of studying pitchers and their moves, what tendencies they look. Sometimes a pitcher will look back towards second if he's going to throw the first. All different things he tries to pick up during the course of that time for a pitcher on the mound against his base stealers.
No balls, 2 strikes.
For both pitchers, a number of 0-2 counts.
Fastball chopped on the ground to short. Agar flips it to his first. The relay is not going to be a tie. No way you're going to hit Gordon. Especially in a ball that is hit as slowly as that one was, but there are 2 outs.
Well, the effort was there. You're right. There's no way you're going to throw out D. Gordon going down the line. Good transfer, good feed, and a good turn by Meister, but Gordon all the way by the bag when the ball was delivered to Trumbo at first. Certainly got to think in terms of Gordon thinking about stealing the bag with 2 outs. Win up here at the plate. You have your leadoff hitter up, number 9 hitter at first base. That's always the time you're going to see a manager send a base stealer that has some speed.
Gwynn's 0 for 1. He struck out to start this ball game. Went down swinging on a fastball. And he takes strike 1 to start this plate appearance here in the 3rd.
And we, with that great pickoff move, that's 4 pickoffs already this year. 3 at first, 1 at second.
Jeff Mathis behind the plate. He's turned out 6 of 38 would-be base stealers. And they got him picked off. Trumbo is short. Harbaugh applies the tag. Gordon is out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 3rd here at the Big A. We have no score. Brother Jeff is also here in one of the suites behind home plate. Those 2 locked horns right here, June 20th, 2009.
I remember when he first came up with the Tigers, well, his fastball would run a mile. Good hard fastball. A good long career, very successful. Great dude, too. Great guy.
9-1-2 for the Angels here in the 3rd. Jeff Mathis for the big off, swinging first pitch. Lines one toward the corner and left. Cutting it off is Gwynn. Mathis is going to try to get to second base. The throw is offline. Mathis is in there with a leadoff double. Well, as you said last inning, jumping on that first pitch fastball, Kershaw has been relying on that. He's been successful with it with 4 strikeouts, but now he's given up his 3rd hit.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you think in terms of trying to get the pitch count up, but if he's going to throw a first pitch fastball consistently for a strike, you have to be aggressive on that fastball, and Mathis was able to do that. Hit that ball right down the left field line. Gwynn did a nice job of cutting it off. Quick throw, but away from the bag, and Mathis took the right gamble, in my opinion. You have to try to force the issue against a pitcher like Kershaw. Don't wait to go base to base. get in that scoring position right away.
Corner infielders are in for the Dodgers. Blake at third, Loney at first with Asturias at the plate. Meiser grounded out to Blake first time up as he looks at a fastball for a strike. Ibar has struggled against left-handed pitching this year, as we pointed out. He's the guy that's on deck. I wonder if you go through with a sacrifice situation, you give Meiser the opportunity. He takes down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And especially with these two pitchers on the hill, won't be out of the realm of possibility that if Meiser is successful getting Mathis to third base, that Ibar wouldn't try to be up there on a suicide squeeze to force that run across here early in the ball game. Even though it's only the 3rd inning, against a pitcher like Kershaw, you got to try to score whenever you can, any way you can.
Meiser flipping that one into the seats on the first base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. As good as Asturias has been throughout his career with men in scoring position, this year kind of a down season, even though he had the game-winning hit just a couple of games ago. But this season, just a .227 average with a man in scoring position. 13 runs batted in. Time is called. There's Ibar. Ibar's been the team leader, on the other hand, with men in scoring position. Breaking pitch, chopped to the right side. Miles has it. Boy, an off-balance throw. Kind of an odd route for Aaron Miles to get to that baseball, almost stumbling the whole way. But it advances Mathis over to third, and there's 1 out.
West did a nice job of keeping his hands back through this ball in the strike zone to be able to make sure he was able to advance the runner. That's a curveball, stay back. Even though the hips are opening up, the hands stay back in the strike zone, and he did his job, effectively advancing the base runner. As Miles comes in, stumbled, a throw that almost pulled Loney off the bag, but able to stretch and hold on there to get the first out.
Infield in for the Dodgers with 1 out, a man at third base. Ibar with that infield base hit his first time up. 1 for 1 as he lays off that pitch. I mentioned he's the team leader with men in scoring position this season. A .333 average. 19 for 57. That includes a couple of home runs, 29 runs batted in. Outfield shallow against Ibar. Well, he pulls this one toward the hole. Gordon's got it to the backhand. The throw's coming home. Mathis' knee. Ibar will head to second on the overthrow. And the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
And Gordon takes that chance. He's going on to the backhand, unable to get his feet planted, and ends up throwing a high throw because of that. Not an easy play for a shortstop to the backhand. Mathis going on contact, backhand, strong throw, might have had a shot at home, but it was a high throw. Mathis, good read as far as going in on that one. The Angels push that run across.
Well, Ibar gets credit for an RBI reaching on the fielder's choice. Gordon gets charged with his 4th error. He's in scoring position for Bobby Abreu, who struck out swinging in the first. Well, you'd figure that with the infield in that situation, if the ball's hit at you and you're going on contact, what the Angels like to do, then I can understand coming home. But the minute you've got to take a couple of steps to either side.
And you're in the middle of the infield at that point, too. It's a long, tough throw.
You almost take the out. Bobby swinging and missing first pitch breaking ball. It's 0-1. Kershaw with 4 strikeouts. 3 hits allowed. Jeff Mathis with a leadoff double here in the 3rd. Moved to third base on the ground out by Asturias and scoring on the Ibar fielder's choice. Bobby takes down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ibar trying to time Kershaw as far as his looks back to second to see if he can Try to steal third base. Although with a left-handed batter up in Bobby Abreu, a clearer path for Navarro to throw to third base.
Abreu ahead of the count now, 2 balls in a strike. Kershaw with his 2.93 ERA, puts him 10th in the National League. Mentioned Jurgens leading everybody with a 1.89. But both Kuroda and Kershaw in the top 10 for the Dodgers. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2.
The perfect pitch for Kershaw here at 95, right on the outside corner, just off the plate, but nothing Bobby can do about that one. If you swing at that, you're going to foul that right into the Angel dugout.
Two. Bobby pulls a foul. Alfredo Griffith to his left. Vernon Wells on deck. Vernon went down looking in the first inning. Kershaw getting back-to-back strikeouts after that one-out infield base hit by Ibar. Lays off the breaking pitch. Full count.
You think in terms of Kershaw, would probably try to throw that fastball right on the outside corner. Probably very good as far as keeping his hands through and hitting that ball to left field.
Here comes the payoff. He takes a called strike 3. 2 outs. That was pretty close to balking for Clayton Kershaw. I don't know if that was much of a discernible stop there. Kind of quick pitch to him. C.B. Buckner rings up Abreu. Brings up Wells.
With a couple fastballs in that sequence of pitches against Abreu at 95 on the outside corner were close. Not a whole lot of a discernible stop. A lot of times when you're locked in on a 3-2 pitch, you forget about holding and stopping your delivery.
So 5 strikeouts now for Kershaw. National League leader. Roy Halladay had a complete game today. I know that seldom happens.
He gave a pretty good ovation in Toronto. It was the first game back.
Yep. He had a chance to. He took out the lineup card yesterday. Canada Day.
Yeah.
Phillies beat the Blue Jays 5-3. 2 balls and no strikes on Wells. Down in Texas, the Florida Marlins dropped a 5 spot on Derek Holland in the first inning. They lead the Rangers 6-2. That game in the 5th.
Look at that Minnesota-Milwaukee, and they were up 7-0 Minnesota against Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's leading at 8-7 now in the 9th. The Brewers had 13 hits by the 4th inning. Or not the Brewers, pardon me. The Twins had 13 hits against the Brewers by the 4th inning. Wells drives one out to deep left field. This one's got a chance. Score! Big drive for Vernon Wells. 2-run shot on the Angels, bring it 3-0.
Boy, I thought initially Kershaw might pitch around Vernon there with the open base. Came on the inner half once again, and Vernon went ahead of the count, looking dead red inside part of the plate. Boy, did he crush that ball. Boy, they wanted that fastball away. Instead, it was inner half, and Kershaw right away knew it. Gave a courtesy look to see how far that baseball is going to end up traveling. Vernon continues to swing the bat well. 11th home run for Vernon.
Wells now with 28 runs batted in, make that 7 home runs, 15 RBIs over the last 19 games. Howie Kendrick takes down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. A 3-run third inning for the Angels here against Kershaw. And still looking for more. Howie 0 for 1. He swings through the off-speed pitch.
Bottom line is, when you get a fastball against Kershaw, even though it's a firm fastball, 93 to 95, you got to jump on that pitch. And when you have to swing at that curveball or changeup or slider, very difficult to make good contact.
Howie bouncing toward the middle, off the glove of Kershaw. This might allow Howie to reach, and it does. That'll go as an infield base hit and make that an 11-game hitting streak for Kendrick.
Well, just off the glove, probably is going to be an out normally, but that deflection slowed it down enough, even though Gordon made a nice play on Howie quick enough to beat that out for an infield base hit. We kind of got the pitching coach going to go out to talk to Kershaw right now to calm him down. Made a mistake to Vernon Wells. He knows it. Tried to go fastball away. Missed in. Vernon capitalized. Crushed it. Now a ground ball right by Kershaw. Very emotional pitcher to begin with. He's been able to utilize that emotion to be very, very effective. It also could be a detriment when he let things bother you.
There's Mark Trumbo with a man at first and 2 outs. He fouls the first fastball back, and it's 0-1. Trumbo asking for time, backs out. Mark went 0 for 1, or is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second inning. Bouncer over to short. Gordon goes the short way. They force out Howie for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Angels get 3 runs off Clayton Kershaw, the capper. Vernon Wells, the 11th home run of the season, a 2-run shot. 3 in the books. Angels lead it 3-0. It's time now for our AT&T trivia question. When was the last time the Angels and Dodgers both had a 20-game winner, and who were the 2 guys? Halos with a 3-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Vernon jumping on that fastball in from Clayton Kershaw. Gave up 3 hits in that third. 5 total hits so far through the first 3 innings. Tony Gwynn Jr., the leadoff man for the Dodgers, takes a fastball for a strike. Gwynn was at the plate when D. Gordon was picked off to end the 3rd inning. That's a little unfair. Your old man is the Hall of Famer. You're not going to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the all-time great hitters.
Put whatever number you want on
Yeah.
it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Unless your name also includes HOF at the end.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Hang with him. He had a great night last night, though.
Yes, he did.
3 for 3, 3 walks. 0 for 1 in this one with a strikeout. This one fouled off to the left side, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I never faced his dad, but I can imagine the one guy I would make a comparison probably Wade Boggs, as far as be able to hit the ball up the middle, hit the ball the other way, hit the ball everywhere, and never get him out.
He could drive it if he wanted to.
It's pretty amazing. Born on the same day.
Check swing foul. Delayed call by C.B. Buckner. The count remains at 2-2. 4 strikeouts for Weaver, 1 hit allowed. That was the 1-out base hit to Deanna Navarro in the 3rd inning. A couple of defensive swings now by Gwynn in the last 2 pitches. Just fooled on it. The 2 strikes, trying to protect to keep his at bat alive.
And this is the one inning in which we've said a number of times where you want that shutdown inning. And Jared has tremendous talent. It's that time to put up that 0.
Rolled over to Asturis at second base. Leadoff man retired for the first down. Hey fans, on Thursday at 7:05, the Angels will start a 4-game series against the Seattle Mariners. All fans in attendance will receive an Angels flashback hat courtesy of Hyundai. For tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or just log on to angels.com. 1 out to start the 4th. Casey Blake, the 3rd baseman, stepping up. Blake takes the curveball for a strike. Blake grounded out to Asturis in the first, so 0 for 1 thus far. This is the 18th start of Jared's career against an interleague opponent. It's 9-3 mark at 2.87 ERA.
Well, 8 of the 18 have been against the Dodgers in interleague play, which is surprising amount.
He's 4-2 against the Dodgers in his career with a 2.89 ERA. But he has been on a roll of late overall. Breaking pitch, locked him up, caught the corner, 2-2.
Well, that's that big curveball right there that he could throw for a strike.
Breaking pitch just missed outside. Weaver wanted it.
Well, that's a perfect pitch. You back up a curveball with a nasty slider. Boy, that's perfect.
3-2. Lost him. And Jared not happy. Thought he should have had the strikeout. It's the first walk of this ball game. So 1 out, 1 on for Andre Ethier. Struck out looking in the first. Ethier lines one out toward right field. Wells will play on a hop. Off-speed pitch. Ethier pulls it into right field. Second hit of the game for the Dodgers. And they've got 2 on now. with one away, and Matt Kemp coming up.
Yeah, Ethier was fooled somewhat, but kept his hands back through the strike zone to be able to get out in front, still able to hit that ball hard enough to get it in front of Vernon Wells in right field. A backdoor curveball. Ethier stayed with this one. Hips opened up, but he kept his hands back long enough to be able to make good contact and get it into the outfield.
Kemp, a strikeout victim, leading off the second.
Kemp's hit into 10 double plays. Jared would love one right now.
Breaking pitch. Apparently missed low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Somebody in the dugout's making sure CB realizes where a strike is as far as the breaking pitch.
Breaking pitch, pulled to third. Cayaspo feeds his third for one. Relo to first, in time. Inning-ending double play that goes round the horn. We head to the bottom of the fourth with the Angels still on top 3-0. By AT&T. By your Southern California Ford dealers. Visit us today and trade up to Ford. And by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Halos on top 3-0, bottom of the fourth. Cayaspo, Borges, Mathis, the bottom third of the order here against Clayton Kershaw. First pitch is down and in. The Angels getting a leadoff double from Jeff Mathis, starting it for them in the third inning. Jeff scored the first run of the fielder's choice by Iowa. Cayaspo pulls one foul, and he broke his bat. Gets some new lumber.
That was a nice turn by Cayaspo to end that inning against a hitter like Matt Kemp. On everyone's list as far as the MVP of the National League, and Jared was able to get a ground ball to Cayaspo to go 5-4-3 double play to end that threat and get that zero.
And not only that, the importance of the location of that breaking pitch. As good a season as Matt Kemp has had, you got to be careful with locations. That pitch is upstairs, but boy, 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball, outer half of the plate. It looks so inviting as a right-handed hitter. You think you got something that's going to hang it up there, and you could drive, and all of a sudden it's down and away. You've committed your swing, and it turns into an inning-ending double play as Kershaw delivers.
Just enough off it to get him out in front, so he's not able to stay back and square up that baseball the way he normally would do. That's what makes Jared Weaver so special. During the course of this game, we're going to show the different grips he's able to throw during the course of a game. 5 different type of pitches that get hitters out.
4 punch outs at 4 innings, a walk. Full count here on Kayaspa to lead things off in the 4th. Fouls that one straight back. Go back to that double play that ended the top of the inning. Kayaspa did a nice job of staying with it, even though the field is not fully grown in as of yet. You still have some seams there. That ball kind of checked up a little bit. Alberto did not overcommit going to his right.
And a good high throw there for Meister at second, so he can catch the ball, get away from the base, and avoid the slide in from Ethier at second to be able to turn that double play. And I like to see that emotion out of not only Jared Weaver, but Jeff Mathis behind the plate, because he's the one calling those signs.
Another payoff outside. He walked him. First walk issued by Kershaw. That is a live ball. That's why Navarro has to chase after it. So a man on for Peter Borges. We go back to our AT&T trivia question. When was the last time the Angels and Dodgers both had a 20-game winner, and who were the 2 pitchers? 1974. Andy Messersmith for the Dodgers, Nolan Ryan for the Halos. Would have been a blind guess.
I thought of Messersmith. I knew that, and I thought of Singer possibly also.
Borges dropping it on the first base side. It's going to be a foot race with Miles, and they did not get it. That's going to go as an infield base hit. Don Mattingly's going to come out and argue with Dan Iasonia. But the minute Loney committed to it, Miles was a little bit tardy getting to first base. And with Peter's speed, it's a bang-bang play. The only question is, did Miles have the foot on the base, or at least part of the base, with the baseball in his glove?
And it looked like when you jab at the base like that, a lot of times it confuses an umpire, and you're always going to give the benefit to the base runner going down the line. His job as far as deading that bunt down the first base line. Well, if he has his foot on the side of the base, it looks like he might have a shot at it, but does he have the foot on the base?
Well, here's the question. Why, if he does have the foot on the base, why is he reaching for it a second time? And I think that's the point where Iasonia,
he's not on the base there.
Nope.
There's no question. Again, been there before. Anytime you make that jab back at the base,
right,
that umpire is always going to assume you didn't have your foot initially on the bag.
Exactly.
And that's why the ruling is safe.
And it goes as a bunt single for Peter Borges. So 2 on, nobody out for Jeff Mathis. Casey Blake playing in at third base, anticipating the sacrifice. Loney as well at first. And he jabs at it. Kershaw will pick it up. And Kayaspa, for whatever reason, almost gets doubled up. I don't know if I'd be clapping if I were Alberto Kayaspa. He got very lucky. No reason whatsoever he should have actually even taken a stutter step towards third base. That ball was bunted in the air.
And right away, you knew that ball had a great chance of being caught.
Don Mattingly now having a conversation with Jerry Meals.
See if the tag was applied.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Mattingly has the right to argue there.
Pretty good play by D. Gordon to reach back and touch the back, but second base.
That's kind of an odd position.
He's blocked out on that one.
He blocked himself out as he was breaking to the right. I'm talking about Jerry Meals. So it goes the Angels' way. Mathis pops up the bunt. 1 out. Runners at first and second still for Meister Sturz. I mean, anytime you are on base, and especially in a sacrifice situation, you're taught from the get-go, from Little League on up, the ball is in the air, you freeze. The Angels getting lucky in that one. Sturz swings and misses there, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
And the throwback and the tag being applied to the back. Right there you could see where the tag was applied before Kayaspa got his foot back on the base. But Jerry Meals blocked himself out. Had a more difficult look. See if the tag was applied.
Here's the 0-2. Sturz swings and misses. 6th strikeout of the night for Kershaw. There are 2 outs.
It would look like a promising inning. All of a sudden, now it's going to be a key at bat for Eric Ibar to see if he can get a base hit with 2 outs.
Ibar 1 for 2, a base hit in the first inning. Infield variety, had a fielder's choice with an RBI in the third. Fouls the first fastball back. 0-1 count on Eric Ibar. Also came around to score on the home run by Vernon Wells. Outfield shallow once again against Ibar, especially now with 2 outs. As Ibar flips one out to left field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. Callasco is going to score as Glenn bobbles the baseball. And it's a 4-0 Angels lead. Eric Ibar with his second RBI of the game.
Boy, you're talking about one of the most clutch hitters on the team this season in those spots. Eric Ibar has been very good as far as coming through. It's a base hit in front of Tony Gwynn Jr. And Dino Evil's going to be aggressive against him. Very athletic in the outfield, but doesn't necessarily possess the strongest arm as compared to Matt Kemp and Andre Ethier out in center field and right field, respectively.
Second hit of the game for Ibar. The Angels had 7 hits against Clayton Kershaw thus far. Still 2 outs, and here's Bobby Abreu. Bobby 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Borges over at third, and Ibar at first. No balls and a strike. So Ibar picking up both Mathis and Asturias with that single. Eric now with 35 runs batted in. He's tied now with Mark Trumbo for second on the team. Torrey Hunter, the team leader, with 39 runs batted in. The Dodgers with no runs, 2 hits, an error, 1 left on. The Angels 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They've stranded 3 this far. Vernon Wells, who touched Kershaw for his 11th home run of the season in the third inning, is the man on deck. Plenty of speed on the bases now. Ibar takes out the breaking pitch. There's a ball, and Eric Ibar has picked up his 17th stolen base in the season.
Good decision by Navarro, not throwing that baseball. If he throws that ball to second, Peter Borges was in position to try to steal home. Especially when you get Bobby's had a tough time the first 2 at-bats against Kershaw. You kind of hope that he makes that throw to second base.
Ball and 2 strikes. Bobby has just not looked comfortable whatsoever at his first 3 plate appearances against Kershaw. In the hole here at 1 and 2.
See if he falls in that similar pattern. Kershaw's throwing the fastball. He's had 2 strikes on Bobby, fastball away. Hopefully it'll be elevated enough where Bobby can put it in play.
71 pitches thrown by Kershaw with 2 outs here in the fourth. 49 strikes, 22 balls. Abreu lining one out towards center field. Matt Kemp coming down. He's not going to get there. 2 runs are going to score. Bobby Abreu with a 2 RBI single. And the Angels are on top 6-0.
It's a whole different game than last Sunday for Kershaw against the Angels. A little bit better approach. We talked about last night with Chatwood having a tough time facing that same club he dominated the time before. Kershaw having his struggles today, giving up 8 hits already. This time made a mistake on that breaking ball. Had plenty of plate to go off the corner with it. But instead, Bobby's able to fight it off, base hit into center field.
Abreu now with 34 runs batted in. He's got a 5-game hitting streak with that knock, and here comes Vernon. Back-to-back two-out hits for the Angels.
Amazing career, just one RBI away from 1,300 for his career.
The Halos with 3 in the third, 3 thus far here in the fourth. Vernon, 1 for 2. That home run in the third inning, 2-run shot. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Boy, got him to chase a high fastball. That's 2-1.
Still like the approach, even though it was a pitch out of the strike zone. Vernon looking fastball. It was in a good, favorable fastball count again. Like last time up, 2-0 fastball. Hit it out of the ballpark. This time tried to do the same, but that pitch was just a little bit too high to catch up to.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. Mentioned that 2-0 fastball by Kershaw. Mislocation, inner half. No doubt about it for Vernon Wells. 2-run shot. Giving him his 11th home run of the season. All over, second home run this year against Clayton Kershaw. It's a pretty good accomplishment for Vernon.
Vernon popping this one up. Aaron Miles into the outfield grass. Second baseman will make the catch. That will end the inning with the Angels. Well, they drop another 3 spot on Clayton Kershaw. 4 in the books. 6-0 Angels. To our troops, go to foxsportswest.com/angels and you can send a specific message to family and friends or a general message to all of our troops. You can see these messages on our July 4th broadcast when the Angels are taking on the Tigers. No question, this is the perfect time this weekend to say thank you to our troops.
Looking forward to be able to say our thanks.
James Loney leading things off, and he'll look at a fastball for a strike. Loney, Miles, and Olchin here in the 5th inning against Jared Weaver. Jared with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. This one out toward left center field. Borges and Kendrick, and it splits both of them. Borges cuts it off. Loney's trying to go to second. He is in there with a leadoff double. 10th double of the season for James Loney, and the Dodgers get their leadoff man on board for the first time in this ballgame.
Playing a curveball on the outer half of Loney, who has that good swing to go the other way. Very effective swing. Winning a 350 hitter against Jared. Going pretty well on the off-speed pitch the other way against Jared. Curveball, outside corner, not a bad spot. Elevated enough where you get the good part of the bat on it. And Loney's very good as far as keeping his hands back on off-speed pitches and hitting the ball the other way.
Borges there to get it to the backhand. That ball goes to the wall. Loney doesn't run all that well, but at least it opens up the potential for him to end up at third base. And he stops at second with the double. Brings up Aaron Miles, the switch hitting second baseman. We had a fly ball to right field the second. Miles 4 for 4 yesterday, had 1 walk. No balls in his strike. The Dodgers, for their victory last night, that shutout win, had 13 hits, but they also stranded 16 men on base. They were 2 for 15 with men in scoring position. They're 0 for the last 10. Both teams very similar numbers in that situational category, as this one's fouled into the seats on the third base side. It's 0-2. Dodgers hitting .237 with men in scoring position. The Angels, this of course at the start of the day. Halos batting .236. And as you look at the numbers for the team, they're pretty much the same across the board. Whether it's batting average, runs scored, and I'm talking about ranks within their respective divisions. The Halos are third, however, in the American League in staff ERA, 3.43. The Dodgers 11th at 3.99. 0-2. Miles bounces it to the right side, so that will advance Loney to third. And there's 1 out. Hey, next Saturday, country superstar Dierks Bentley will continue the postgame summer concert series presented by SRS Labs in association with Budweiser. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on to angels.com/concerts.
That was our key last night.
That's right.
To the wrong pitcher, though. Rhoda did a good job of pitching sideways, going east to west.
Hey girl, what's your name?
Good
So
tune.
loud in here, I can't hear a thing.
Dierks is real good. Looking forward to that concert.
Holchid fouling off the first pitch, and it's no balls in a strike.
And what a difference one night makes, though, when you think about it for Tony Gwynn Jr. and Aaron Miles so far. Last night they were on base all 11 at bats so far today. 4 up, 4 down.
Weaver deciding to go for the full windup with 1 out and a man at third. 0-1 pitch. Holchid hits one in the air toward right center. It'll be deep enough to score James Loney. Holchid will get credit for a sac fly. His 4th run batted in. The Dodgers get on the board. It's 6-1 Angels. So 2 outs, bases clear now for Deanna Navarro. Looks like C.B. Buckner and Dale Scott were talking about something out in left field. I'm trying to see if there's something out on the warning track out there, but
maybe he's pointed to sign the Dierks Bentley concert on July 9th.
sock rally monkey.
He might
He's
have spotted him.
It's about time.
He's giving away signs.
He's been living large for how many weeks now? Someone's called him out on it.
He's cruised around the whole country.
You can't get anything by C.B. Buckner.
No.
No, sir.
He's got some great vision.
Oh. How could you not? Navarro takes a strike and it's 1-1. C.B. Buckner, however, is outnumbered.
You don't want to mess with the rally sock monkey. No way.
Navarro fouls this one back, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember those movies in the 70s, the ants?
Yes.
That's what those sock rally monkey things are starting to be. They're just like
they're
reproducing, and they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're going to encompass this ballpark very soon. I mean, they're going to just swallow it up. Swing and a miss by Navarro. Down he goes. Strikeout number 5 for Jared Weaver. The Dodgers, however, do get on the board. We head to the bottom of the 5th with the Angels still on top. For the 5th. Howie Kendrick, Mark Trumbo, Alberto Callaspo here gets Clayton Kershaw, who's allowed 8 hits, including a home run. See the numbers over the previous 2 starts against the Tigers and the Angels. 18 innings, 2 earned runs. That has not been the case here tonight. Howie takes a strike. 1 for 2. Kendrick with a base hit in the 3rd inning. Now with a 11-game hitting streak. Has the count evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Howie 5 for 11 against Kershaw. Pretty successful in his approach.
This one chopped foul up the third base side. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right down with the off-speed pitch. There is out number 1. Baseball's biggest stars will gather together in the Arizona desert. Coming up here for one spectacular night, the summer's biggest event, as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July the 12th, live from Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox.
Well, there's some guys with some great numbers, both on the hill and at the plate this season. It should be an outstanding game.
Mark Trumbo chasing a high fastball. He's done that now in the first 3 plate appearances. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, a fielder's choice.
I think Mark once hit a home run about 510 feet today. I think he was real happy still about that pitch inside. It got him in the back of the knee area, especially after the first pitch of that plate appearance. It was inside also by Kuroda.
And I think that's the biggest thing, is that you took your shot at him. We touched on it last night. Took a shot first time around. You missed, and then you got him after a couple of pitches. This one fouled back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one scared our stage manager, Dean Benson, just a little bit.
I think Dean was trying to say that pitch wasn't intentionally thrown at him. That's why he fell straight back at him.
2-2. This one down the line, but foul. Kershaw has not had a 1-2-3 inning. He did face 4 batters in the first 2 innings, picking up 4 strikeouts, but it's been a different story in the 3rd and 4th innings. Pitch is down low. Full count with Alberto Callaspo on deck. Seven strikeouts, 1 walk, 8 hits allowed for Kershaw. He throws an 89th pitch. Trumbo goes down swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs for the left-hander, and there are 2 outs.
That's that nasty breaking pitch towards the back leg of a right-handed batter, and Trumbo tried to get that ball out in front. That quick, sharp break, it's a swing and miss.
Callaspo, 1 for 1. Had a base hit in the 2nd, walked and scored as a leadoff man in the 4th. Fouls off the first offering. No balls at a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. I just looked up the scoreboard and I saw the Giants and Tigers are still in the top of the 3rd. Must have had a huge rain delay, because that game was on. It started when we were having a late lunch. Callaspo goes down swinging. Kershaw strikes out the side. 5 in the books. Angels still on top, 6-1.
Sixth inning now. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Mathis pops up the bunt. Clayton Kershaw makes a good play. Jump throw to D. Gordon at second. Tries to apply the tag on Alberto Callaspo. He slides back and allegedly is safe. But you can see right there the tag was applied. Jerry Meals not in position to see the tag by D. Gordon. Callaspo ended up being safe. And that was our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Allegedly, huh?
Allegedly.
That's something Gloria Allred runs with all the time. Jeff Mathis does a great job coming out from behind the plate. D. Gordon is retired for the first out.
There was nothing allegedly about that one. That was as quick. Cat-like reflexes by Jeff Mathis.
Gordon just flat out stunned, hoping that was a foul ball.
Boy, Mathis sold that pretty well, too.
Yep.
Jumped out quick.
And that is the home plate umpire's call until the baseball gets either bag, whether it's first or third. Then it reverts to the base umpire. So Gordon with that put out is 0 for 2. Here's Tony Gwynn Jr.
When a lot of times the catcher will let that ball bounce again before they go after it, but Mathis so quick, so athletic behind the plate. Sold that play, did a good job getting that first out.
1 ball, 1 strike on Gwynn, who has struck out and grounded out. 0 for 2. This one into right field. Vernon Wells moving to his left. Makes the catch, 2 outs. Boy, good pitch in on the hands of Gwynn. Just could not get those arms extended.
Great job of throwing this 4-seam fastball in on the hands. A lot of times you do that as a pitcher, throw the 4-seam fastball first and then back it up with that 2-seam fastball. Comes right in there with the 4-seam. Well, you see the rotation that one. You could definitely see that's a 4-seam get right in on his hands. And that's the grip on the 4-seam fastball. That's what makes Jarrett so effective, is that pitch right there, and of course backs it up with that 2-seam / no-seam fastball that he has. He's very effective against left-handed batters.
No balls, 2 strikes on Blake.
I wonder if he's going to go back up the ladder or throw him that slider, 0-2. Go upstairs, elevate a fastball.
This one's fouled back. The count remains at no balls, 2 strikes on Casey Blake. Grounded out of the first inning, drew a walk in the fourth. The only base on balls that Weaver has allowed. 3 total hits, 2 singles and a double. Swing and a miss. Down goes Blake. And Weaver returns the favor as the Dodgers go down in order. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels still on top.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. By El Pollo Loco. Now for only $5 at El Pollo Loco, get one of our 5 tasty combos. They are the combos other combos wish they could be. Catch them before they are gone. And by Time Warner Cable.
Bottom of the 6th inning. There's Gooby tomorrow night. The Angels are on ESPN.
Bring my remote TV to be able to watch the game somehow, some way at the beach tomorrow.
Peter Borges leads things off. Swings first pitch. Lines one to left. Lead-off knock for Peter Borges. His second hit of the ball game. 2 for 3. And it snaps a string of 4 consecutive batters retired by Kershaw. He struck out the side in the 5th.
That short, compact swing that Borges has worked so hard on to be more consistent, shorten up his stride, quick hands through that baseball.
Dodgers with action in their bullpen. Scott Elbert, the left-hander, is up. Warmed up yesterday, but did not come into the game. Mathis 1 for 2. The double and a run scored. He's also popped up a bunt. Fouls it back. It looks like Jeff trying to bunt for a base hit as opposed to sacrifice. And a lot of times when you do that, first thing that happens is that bat barrel drops.
Yeah, that angle is very difficult. Yep. Be able to get down on the ground. You see right there how the bat is there. You want it more leveled up if you're going to be able to bunt and square it up and get it down on the ground.
No balls and a strike here on Mathis. Borges takes off. The pitch is upstairs. The throw from Navarro is on the shortstop side of the bag, and Borges picks up a stolen base. Peter picking up his 9th. He had a great jump going on first movement against Kershaw.
Been successful 6 times in a row, Peter Borges. It was at 1 point, 3 stolen bases, 4 times caught. 6 consecutive times he's been successful trying to steal the bag. Good read, went on first movement, able to slide in there feet first. Get in scoring position.
1-1 count on Mathis. Blake's playing in on the grass at third. Mathis bunts a foul. 1-2.
Generally, that's a pretty good pitch to be able to bunt. A breaking pitch, you can track that well, and it's not coming at you at 95 miles an hour and up in the zone. A breaking ball allows you to get the bat down and square the bat up and be able to put the ball in play. As the breaking pitch is coming down, it's much easier to be able to try to bump it. Again, the bat turned the wrong way. You want to flat play catch with that baseball.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Mention that game tomorrow night. It'll be Chad Billingsley against Irvin Santana. That's a 5:05 start on ESPN.
And early on in that game, advantage pitchers, especially ones that get through their breaking pitches for strikes. Difficult. The shadows will be into play right away in that game.
Bottom the first base side. Mathis gets it down low. Goes on to Miles. A sacrifice. Advances Borges to third. And there's 1 out for Meiser Sturz.
Much better. Didn't stab at that baseball. Let the baseball come to him. Mathis did his job. Advancing Peter Borges to third base.
Dodgers will play their infield in here with 1 out in the 6th inning. Is Sturz tonight 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs, 1 to third, 1 to second. He's also struck out. Gets jammed and linesman to Miles. 2 outs. Make that 0 for 4.
There's a pitcher. That's what you want to do with a man on third. Your first pitch is going to be off the plate inside. As a hitter, you got to recognize that, especially a guy with a power fastball, that he's going to come in off the plate against you.
So here's Ibar. He had a 2-out base hit with an RBI in the 4th inning. He's got a couple of hits today. 2 for 3. 2 RBIs. Now has 35 on the season. Kershaw getting ready to throw his 100th pitch of the night. And blew it right by Ibar. 95 miles an hour.
Still impressive. 100 pitches thrown, 70 strikes. But some of those strikes he didn't locate exactly where he wanted to. In particular, you remember Vernon Wells, 2-0 fastball. He wanted away. He got in the middle of the plate and Vernon hit it out for a 2-run home run. It's all about location of those pitches, not necessarily always strikes.
Chopper towards short. Gordon's got it on 2 hops. And the throw is off target. The run will score. An error by D. Gordon. It is 7-1 Angels. Boy, a relatively routine play on 2 hops right to him. And Gordon commits. But it's his 2nd error of the ballgame.
Well, you see how that baseball just sailed away from Loney at first base. Perfect hop for him, too. But drop the elbow, like you see sometimes for a pitcher on the mound. When you drop the elbow, you're going to have that sailing action, and that's what he had on the throw.
Ibar's been on base 4 times. Bobby looks at a fastball for a strike. 2 singles, a fielder's choice, now an error for Eric Ibar. Bobby had a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning, a 1 for 3 game. One ball, 1 strike. Kind of the reverse effect for the Angels tonight. What the Dodgers did last night. The 3 times the Angels have had their leadoff man on board. That leadoff man has scored. Dodgers 6 of the 9 innings last night had their leadoff man on. As we pointed out, they had struggles with men in scoring position. But still picked up a 5-0 shutout win.
There's some good 2-out hitting so far in this game for the Angels that scored some runs. Just to simplify the approach against a very good pitcher and try to do too much. He makes a mistake, capitalize.
2 balls and a strike. Kenley Jansen now is up and loosely. The left-hander Albert is down. 42,232 in the house tonight. Boy, Bobby looking fastball, got it. The count is even at 2-2.
Good fastball count for him, too. Last time up, Kershaw made a mistake on the breaking ball. Bobby did a good job of fighting that ball into the outfield for a base hit.
He got him with a fastball. 3rd time tonight that Abreu goes down swinging. The Angels do get a run courtesy of D. Gordon's error through 6. Angels lead at 7-1. On top 7-1. Jared Weaver to face 3, 4, and 5 here for the Dodgers. Ethier, Kemp, and Loney. 6 punch outs, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed by Weave. Leadoff double by Loney came around to score. The only run that was in the 5th inning. Ethier swinging first pitch fastball. Comes up empty, and it's no balls and a strike. He's 1 for 2 at a base hit in the 4th inning. The game down in Texas, Florida leading the Rangers 9-5. That game now in the 8th. Mariners and the Padres scoreless in the 4th. Arizona leading Oakland 4-0 in the 7th. Ethier breaks his bat. Hits for the shallow right field where his Sturz will make the catch for the first down. Fans of 1961 uniforms worn by the Angels are now up for sale on the online auction. Visit the community page on Angels.com to bid on the authentic hats, helmets, and uniforms. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Angels Foundation. Halos tomorrow wearing their throwbacks, as will the Dodgers. They got their 1940s style baby blue unis that they're busting out. One ball, no strikes on Matt Kemp, who's 0 for 2. A strikeout in the 2nd, a double play ball, a big one in the 4th that ended the inning. This one on the first base side. Trumbo will give it a look, and he'll run out of room. A ball and a strike. Weaver's thrown 84 pitches so far, 57 strikes. Looking for his 10th win of the season. Got a chance to possibly be a starter for the American League All-Star team. If he makes the team, of course. You don't want to be presumptuous and assume that he's going to, because stranger things have happened.
Well, obviously, a lot of times it depends on when your last start's going to be before the All-Star break also, but there's no question he's an All-Star.
This one rolled foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. A guy that potentially could also start the All-Star game. Justin Verlander will be pitching in that series against the Angels. He's going Tuesday night. It'll be Verlander against Heron. Actually, on Monday night, July the 4th. Remember, that's a 6:05 start here. Charlie Furbush, a left-hander, is going up against Joel Pinheiro. Justin Verlander Tuesday against Dan Heron. Brad Penn, Tyler Chatwood on Wednesday afternoon. A 12:35 start here on Wednesday.
Well, still a good fastball for Weave, the 92.
I was kind of surprised at numbers Furbush has thrown up there this year. A 1-1 mark and a 2.49 ERA for the left-hander.
Oh, well.
2-2 pitch. Full count.
Well, a lot of times, Jared, here at a full count, even though 7-1 lead will go with the changeup. It's the 4th full count in the game so far for Jared. Shook him off, went with a 2-seam fastball away.
Rolls it foul.
I was joking with Jared yesterday, talking about his ability to throw 5 different pitches. You know, most pitchers love to go out with 2 pitches during the course of the game. There's times when Jared has all 5 working, but other times just 3. But they're 3 very good pitches each and every game.
Right, overthrew that fastball. He walks Kemp, second walk of the ball game. Puts a man on with 1 out. Loney coming to the plate here in the 7th.
Number 7, first baseman, James Loney.
You see how Jared tried to muscle up on that fastball, got quick with his mechanics, and forced the elevation of that fastball. consistently getting better each and every year.
Loney hits one out toward left center. Peter Borges is there. He'll make the catch. 2 outs.
Well, that's that BP fastball he's been throwing. It looks so inviting if you're a hitter. You're out in front, though, because of the speed differential between his normal fastball, 91, 92, to that 86-mile-an-hour fastball. It's him out in front. The pitch that Dan Herron and Jared have talked and worked with, just playing catch in the outfield. Herron's very good with that one. It's on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and a 71-mile-an-hour curveball during the course of the game. That's impressive. 23-mile-an-hour differential between the hardest pitch and the slowest pitch.
Breaking pitch catches the inside corner.
When that's that off-speed pitch, a change-up circle, change-up right there. That's how Jared, he holds it back in his hands, and the pitch comes out of the fingers at the end. He's able to turn it over. Very effectively throw it versus against left-handed batters and right-handed batters.
Down in the dirt, nice dig by Mathis. 1 ball, 1 strike on Miles. He's 0 for 2 with a fly to right, the ground ball to second. One ball, 2 strikes. I just showed you the ERAs for Jared Weaver for the last couple of seasons. Coming into this one with a 1.97 ERA. The first Angels qualifying pitcher with a sub-2 ERA entered July since Jeff Zahn at a 1.89 ERA.
Zahn had that great changeup himself.
1984. The 1-2. Miles pulls it over the head of Trumbull down the right field line. Wells over to try to cut it off. Kemp is heading to third. He's going to be stopped there. And it's a double for Aaron Miles, his 7th of the season. The Dodgers have runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Just a tough contact hitter. Breaking ball, well, you can't throw a better spot. But a guy that just puts the ball in play, and Aaron Miles, it's a productive hit out of it. And when you get a hitter to swing at that pitch, more than likely you're going to be successful.
The DH, Trent Olchin, coming to the plate with 2 outs. Pop it by Ethier. The walk to Kemp. The fly to center by Loney. Now the double by Miles. Olchin 0 for 1. Had a strikeout in the 3rd inning and a sac fly. Picking up his 4th RBI in the 5th. Pulled the string.
Oh, that's a great changeup. Your hitter going up there, you think a little stress for a pitcher. You're going to get that first pitch fastball. Instead, you get the great circle changeup. Turns it over. Hitter thinks and reads fastball, but the speed of that gets him way out in front. Hips flying open. Tough time to keep the bat back.
Oh, 0-2.
It's a conversation where you bring your catcher out, first pitch changeup, next pitch curveball. Probably saying you think he would go up and chase a fastball up and out of the strike zone now.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Now you have options now. You got made him change eye level. You go right back with that no seam fastball right inside. You could freeze him.
He jammed him. flared into the seats on the third base side, so the count remains at 1-2.
Well, he tried it. That was a great pitch.
Kemp stands at third base, Miles over at second. Jarrett getting ready to throw his 100th pitch of the night. Another 1-2, and that's in the dirt. Blocked by Mathis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers with 4 hits in this ball game. 2 doubles, 2 singles.
Nice job by Mathis getting himself in position to keep that ball in front. Gave up the body, keeps the glove down there between the legs to be able to keep it in front.
Fouled off the left.
In a battle like this, more than likely, Mike Scioscia may see that if Jarrett gets through this thing, it could be it for him. Pretty warm day, did an outstanding job, but it's a battle right here. Well, foul balls on some quality pitches, forced that pitch count up a little bit higher than Jarrett would want.
2-2 again. Got him swinging. Mathis gets that baseball before it bounces in the dirt. Weaver loves it. 7th strikeout of the night. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A, and the Angels still on top.
A model of consistency for 15 Angel seasons. He is the franchise leader in hits, including the one that drove in the winning run in Game 7 of the 2002 World Series.
It was a great feeling to be able to, run around the stadium and hold that trophy up and let the fans see it and let them enjoy it, because they had a lot of heartbreak over the years. It was finally like, hey, it's our turn to finally enjoy this.
Garrett Anderson before the ball game throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Blistering heat with the Letterman's jacket. And you know what?
Still said he was cool.
Cool breeze.
Oh.
Not even a drop of sweat. Great of him to join us here in the booth. Halos on top here. The bottom of the 7th inning. A couple of defensive changes for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jamie Carroll takes over at second base, and Aaron Miles moves from second over to third. So Carroll goes in Casey Blake's spot in the order. A new pitcher on the mound. Kenley Jansen takes over for Clayton Kershaw. Jansen pitching in his 25th game. A converted position player, catcher back in 2005 as he converted to pitching at that point. Facing Vernon Wells to lead things off here in the 7th. Vernon swinging first pitch, fouls one just below us. No balls and a strike.
I didn't necessarily want that foul ball coming into the up here in the booth. That had some speed to it.
Why were you flinching and Vin Scully just kind of roll with the punch?
I have a job to do. I'm going to protect Vin Scully.
You are.
I'm diving across.
That's what I do.
I would love to see that.
Hey, I'm going to protect him. Right now, I'm going to protect him. See, I'm in position to make the play.
You are. You are.
I have a job to do.
Wells pops this one up. James Loney, Jamie Carroll drifting out. Loney will make the catch for the first down. Fans, tomorrow's the last day to get 40% off all jerseys at the Angels team stores. Don't miss this chance to get commemorative 50th anniversary as well as flashback jerseys at a great price. Be sure to shop now while supplies last at the Angels merchandise locations. Vernon with that pop-up, 1 for 4. They won a big one. 2-run shot in the third inning to put the Angels up 3-0. Here's Howie Kendrick. Howie 1 for 3. Infield base hit in the third. Two balls, no strikes here on Howie. Clayton Kershaw tonight went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. Struck out 10 and walked 1. Takahashi still loosening the pen. Looks like Weaver is done after 7 innings. Howie fouling it off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When we talk about pitch counts a lot, Jerry, it was still reasonable as far as his pitch count, but it was a high stress pitch count because you got to throw as well every single pitch when you're getting locked up against a guy like Clayton Kershaw, who's generally not going to give up much runs against you. So every pitch, the focus, everything intense, 100% on every throw.
Full count now. Yeah, Kershaw threw 106 pitches. Weaver threw 102. Not a foregone conclusion that he's out of the game, but that's how he fouls it off to the right. The count remains full, but usually when you've got a guy still loosening the pen.
Weave, he's probably told Soch, I got another inning in me. No question. You can see his emotions throughout this game. Very competitive.
Dodgers have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 8th. Now he pops this one up down the line. Ethier was shading him that way. He'll call everybody off. Makes the catch. 2 outs. So here comes Mark Trumbo. Mark's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Hit into a fielder's choice, if I should say, in the 3rd inning. If everything holds on tonight, Jared Weaver would join Frank Tanana as the only 2 players in club history with at least 10 wins and a sub-2 ERA on or before July the 2nd. Tanana, 1977, had 11 wins and a 1.82 earned run average on July the 2nd. Fastball is in there for a strike, and if he is done after 7 innings, his ERA tonight would go down from 1.97 at the start to 1.93.
Anytime you're below 2 in either league, and particularly if you're below 2 in the American League, you're just flat out dealing. Usually about almost a half a run differential between ERAs in the National League as compared to the American League because of the DH.
One pitch. Trumbo threw the fastball, and it's 1-2. Breaking pitch out towards center field, chasing Kemp back a little bit. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. The Angels go down in order, 7 in the books. Looks like Weave's coming back out. Angels on top, 7-1. Insurance report card on the night. Jared Weaver, 7 innings so far. He's back out here for the 8th. Clayton Kershaw, 6 innings, 7 runs, a season high, 6 earned, 10 strikeouts. He's had 32 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw in the last 3 starts. 11, 11, and 10.
He's got an amazing fastball. His slider and curveball combination are outstanding.
Navarro looks at his strike. It's 1-1.
He's thrown 104 pitches, 70 strikes tonight.
This one pulled to the right side as Sturris is there. Fans All-Star voting is not over. From tomorrow through Thursday, you could vote for the 34th and final player for each league roster. Check in at Angels.com tomorrow to see who made the team and vote for who should get the 34th and final spot on each league roster. It's kind of like the NIT.
It's not over. Plenty of time to vote. Thinking of John Belushi in the movie 1941.
We're good enough for the player vote, not good enough by the fan voting or the commissioner's office. But you know what? You're the last guy. It's an all-star bid, though. Ground ball to second.
Drops. What another great pitch by Weed. Inside jams Gordon. Well, so far, a pretty quick inning for him here in the 8th. Might be able to talk Socia into letting him go back out there for the 9th if he gets quick out here. We're 28 batters today. 20 times he threw the first pitch for a strike.
Facing Tony Gwynn Jr. with 2 outs, nobody on. Gwynn 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly to right.
I think that 21 of 29.
Good off speed, 0-2.
Well, he sold that changeup so well. Fastball away, first pitch, changeup, second pitch.
Got him swinging. Down goes Gwynn. A 1-2-3 inning for Jared Weaver. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels leading at 7-1.
Chase deposit checks from your smartphone with Quick Deposit. Take a step forward and chase what matters. And by Bubba Burger, available in your grocer's freezer. Remember, you'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba. Bubba Burger. Bottom of the 8th here at the Big A, 7-1 Angels. New pitcher on for the Dodgers. Hung Chi Kuo takes over on the mound for Jansen. Went 1 inning. Retired the Angels in order in the 7th. Kuo pitching now in his 14th game. He's got an 11.05 ERA. Coming off an unbelievable season last year, 56 games, a 1.20 ERA. But a lot of things have gone wrong for Kuo, including time away because of anxiety disorder.
He hasn't been quite as effective with the fastball. Generally, he's around 94 to 97. Good curveball, slider, changeup, but the velocity on his fastball hasn't been quite there this year. Hovering around the low 90s instead of the upper 90s.
Here in the 8th inning, he'll be facing the bottom third of the order, Callasco, Borges, and Mathis. The Dodgers with a run on 4 hits, 2 errors. They've stranded 3. The Halos, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 5 left on base, and it looks as if Scott Downs is beginning to play catch in the Angels bullpen. The Dodgers in the 9th have 2, 3, and 4 due up. It's Jamie Carroll, Andre Ethier, and Matt Kemp. Alberto Callasco looks at a fastball for a strike. Callasco 1 for 2. Base hit, a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. Chopper to short. D. Gordon has it. And Callasco retired for the first down. We've gone from 16 to the final 2 greatest moments in MLB All-Star Game history. Just go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite Midsummer Classic moment. Or tune in to the 2011 MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday, July the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox to find out who won. Peter Borges, 2 for 3, couple of singles. Takes that fastball inside. Plays off the off speed. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Scott Downs no longer loosening. Now it's Isunori Takahashi. It's a battle of left-handers. Battle royale between the 2 guys in the pen. They want to get in this game.
And Jared Weaver's trying to talk. At one point, Mike Scioscia letting him go back out to finish the game.
Straight up cage match. 3 balls and no strikes. And Peter Borges with Jeff Mathis on deck. The Angels with 3 runs in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. The Dodgers' lone run coming in the 5th. That was a leadoff double by James Loney. Moved to 3rd on the ground out by Aaron Miles. Scored in the sac fly by Trent Olchin. Way inside, a 4-pitch walk.
And Borges just seen the ball so well of late. This homestand alone. He's 9 for 19 now with that walk. It's June 1st. Coming into the game in 329. So he's starting to see the ball well, shorten up his stride, working hard with Mickey Hatcher as far as keeping on his hands through the baseball. Don't try to do too much. Utilize your speed. Shorten up that compact swing.
Well, you know it as a pitcher, especially from the starting pitcher's perspective. You gain a little confidence, and all of a sudden that's a huge boost on top of everything else that you've been working to get to that point. And continue to get better as Mathis takes his stride.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. And Peter Borges is the guy that's in the cage doing soft toss, hitting off the tee, working as far as just shortening up that swing. Don't do too much. Don't swing at pitches up and out of the strike zone. He was chasing those pitches. Then once he started doing that, then he started swinging at pitches down in the dirt. Really tracking the baseball exceptionally well right now.
This one pulled through the left side. Mathis with his 2nd hit of the ball game. A double and a single. A pop-up and a sac bunt. So 2 for 3 now. 10th of the night for the Angels. Back to the top of the order. And Maestro Sturridge, who's been hitless so far, 0 for 4.
Jeff Mathis really got this rolling against Kershaw with that double to left field. Ended up scoring 3 runs there in that 3rd inning. All started by that shot he hit the left field down in the corner. Done an excellent job working with Weave on the mound once again.
No balls in a strike on Asturias. Borges at second and Mathis at first. A 1 pitch. Upstairs. The ball in the strike. That game in Texas has gone final, so a victory tonight for the Angels. They pick up the game they lost last night. It'll be a game back of the Rangers. Back to 2 games over 500. A chance to pick up a series win tomorrow night. Looking for their 6th consecutive series victory.
And again, having those great numbers against the National League.
Halos 11-5 in interleague action this season. The verge of going 12-5. The 1-2. Asturias lays off the breaking ball. He went around. Dan Iasonia rings him up. Didn't look like he went around. 2 outs.
Meister certainly didn't think so. Pretty close.
Very close.
Just that perspective you have as the first base umpire, you're going to see that back across the plate. Or not, you're going to take that shot and ring them up.
So here's Ibar with 2 on and 2 outs. Not swinging for just a base hit.
Boy, the last 2 at bats, Eric Ibar is trying to hit a home run. Because he's got 5 on the season. Why not?
Ibar with a couple of hits, 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Even picked up a stolen base. He's 17. This one out toward left center field. Tony Gwynn Jr. coming on, and he will make the running catch. We head to the 9th inning here at the Big A. The Angels with a 7-1 lead. Brought to you by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Top of the 9th here at the Big A. It is 7-1 Angels. Time now for our Jaguar performance. Jared Weaver, well, just short of masterful.
Boy, he's unbelievable. His ability to use all his pitches against a club that had such consistent offensive swings throughout the ballgame last night. The fastball up, changeup's been very effective. Wow, what great break on that curveball to Casey Blake. Tremendous changeup there to Tony Gwynn Jr., who kept him off the bases after being on 6 times last night. 8 innings pitched, just 1 earned run, 8 punch-outs, 2 walks. Great job against another great pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. This time we've got the best of them.
Jarrett's ERA now stands at 1.92. Hisanori Takahashi takes over here in the 9th to face Jamie Carroll, Andre Ethier, and Matt Kemp, the scheduled 3 guys trying to seal the victory for Jarrett. It would be his 10th of the year. Not bad for a guy that has had virtually no run support all season long. Both Dan Herron and Jared Weaver. You can actually even throw Tyler Chapwood into the mix now. 8 of 16 starts with 0 runs of support for Tyler, which is amazing.
That is, I mean, it's almost like it's a false print. I mean, there's just, you wouldn't think that's possible.
And I'd say it's amazing because Jarrett's getting ready to win his 10th. Dan Herron is 8-5, and Chadwood is now 5-5 in his 16 starts. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jamie Carroll. First at bat for him. 301 average. 11 doubles, 3 triples, 8 runs batted in. He's been a nice surprise. This one out to center. Peter Borges is there.
What a good thing when you're watching today with Tyler Chatwood walking out during the workout, during batting practice, getting his work in today, getting his throwing. The sign of what you do as a young pitcher. You learn from the veterans like a Dan Herron, a Jared Weaver, a Irvin Santana. Just look and see what they do as far as preparation. Even if you have one of your games in which you weren't real effective on the mound necessarily, but you go out and get your work in and put that game behind you as quick as possible.
Ethier 1 for 3. Base hit back in the 4th. Swinging first pitch and lines one down a left field line heading toward the corner. Ethier will pick up his 2nd hit. This time it is a double. His 22nd of the year. And there's a man in scoring position for the Dodgers here with 1 out in the 9th. With that game at Comerica Park, the Giants dropped a 5 spot on the Tigers in the 1st inning. They lead it 15-0 in the top of the 6th inning.
Well, that was a long rain delay. You wonder if Barry Zito went back out there. When you have a 10-0 lead, your arm feels really good no matter how long of the wait it is. Because otherwise you don't qualify for the victory. You have to go 5 innings.
And we were talking about that Minnesota game against Milwaukee. They were up 7-0 early with 13 hits through 4 innings. They ended up losing to the Brewers 8-7. Kemp takes a strike.
And Zito is still in that game.
Wow.
Hey, you'll stay loose when you got 10 runs. I don't care how long that rain delay is.
Diamondbacks leading the A's 4-2 that game in the 9th. Over at the Coliseum. Padres at Safeco lead the Mariners 1-0. Baseball's come out to the left field area, and Howie got rid of it.
What a good throw from Howie.
Oh, 1 pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Matt Kemp tonight 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a double play ball, and a walk. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Kemp went 1 for 4 last night. 0 for 2 in this one. James Loney on deck.
Trying to go back-to-back high fastballs against Matt Kemp. Now you have an option of throwing that changeup off the outside corner, see if you can expand the strike zone.
Takahashi last pitched on Tuesday against the Nationals, just 1/3 of an inning. He got an unearned run, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit. Oh, he jammed it. Kemp fights it foul. The count remains at 1-2. He'll get off me swing. Get off the plate.
Well, the fastball just running in on you, commit to swing. Fortunate enough to be able to foul that ball away.
Takahashi with the courtesy glance to E-field. Almost gets Kemp to chase the off speed. Don't forget tomorrow, night game, 5:05 p.m. on ESPN. Chad Billingsley against Irvin Santana. Billingsley a 7-6 record, a 4.22 ERA. Irvin at 3-8 at 4.08. Ernie
Threw the ball real well his last time out. 8 innings, just 2 earned runs allowed.
stark contrast between Jared Weaver and Hisanori Takahashi as far as their tempo on the mound. Takahashi more in line with what we saw last night from Hiroki Kuroda. Very deliberate. Got him swinging down goes Kemp, 2 outs.
Well, the Angels done a pretty good job on Matt Kemp so far this year with 4 for 17. One of those being a home run at Dodger Stadium, but overall made some quality pitches to him so far. With that game tomorrow night, still be able to try to get him out.
Halos 1 out away from picking up their 43rd victory on the season and picking up a game on the Texas Rangers, who lost tonight to the Florida Marlins. James Loney 1 for 3, had a double and scored a run in the 5th. Swings and grounds one to Asturis. This should do it. Light that baby up as the Angels defeat the Dodgers by the final of 7-1, and Jared Weaver picks up his 10th win of the season.
Boy, this is a great job by Jared, but also a great job by the offense. Bobby Abreu get that big 2-out base hit. So Vernon Wells hit a 2-run home run on a fastball in the inner half against Kershaw. Overall, great job. Mathis started all off with that double, did a tremendous job behind the plate, also mixing another base hit. Peter Borges a couple hits, but Vernon Wells, that bomb off of Clayton Kershaw, got it rolling there with those 3 runs in the 3rd. They backed it up with 3 more in the 4th and cruised to the victory.
And made it hold up. Jared Weaver now 10-4 on the season. Clayton Kershaw takes the loss. He moves to 8-4. The Angels win it again, 7-1. For Mark Gubiza and our entire crew here at the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas. Thank you for watching Angels baseball. I invite you to stick around as Angels Live is coming up next.